Welcome everyone and welcome back to The Coach Approach. It's your coach Blake of the Black Faker, and I'm going to be teaching you, showing you, helping you learn how to dodge. Learn how to dodge. Well, a lot of times you guys might have heard things like dodge when you see 3 or more of this, dodge when you got all AD comp, dodge when you got all AP comp. I want to go through what a dodge is. I want to go through how the dodge works, and I want to go through how exactly do you know when to dodge, because dodging can save you a lot of LP. It can save you your MMR. But at times, sometimes a dodge might look worth it and it's not. So without further ado, let's approach this like a coach. So let's start off with what exactly a dodge is. So a dodge in League of Legends standard is pretty much when you queue up for a game, and you might be wondering why my screen black. I know it's black. When you queue up for a game and you don't want to play that game, you queue up, whether it be normals. I don't really think you should dodge your normals. Just play it out. It's for fun. It's for learning purposes. But for like flex, for solo queue, definitely look to dodge those. You can dodge Clash too. No, you can't dodge Clash. It was a joke. I'm sorry. You can So I'd focus more on the flex and the solo queue side. More so solo queue, because I think flex is also just a learning experience. But if you're really looking to climb high on flex, by all means. So pretty much it's the act of closing the client or just not selecting your champion. That's pretty much what a dodge will do. If you click a ban, if you used to be able to dodge if you just don't ban, but if you click a ban, it will automatically choose to ban whatever you hovered. If it's nothing's hovered, then obviously you're just going to ban nothing. As far as champion selection goes, I don't know if it's implemented when you have a character hovered. Is it going to dodge for you or select for you? I don't know how that works. I would assume it's not going to select for you. I've never tried it because I've never wanted to like dodge when I hover. Okay, you can try it if you want. Don't quote me on it. Obviously, the other step is just to exit the client. Click the X, you get out that real quick, and then you have a penalty. Okay, so what happens when you dodge is you have a penalty of 3 LP, you lose 3 LP, and you have to wait 5 minutes. Now, you can dodge it any amount of times a day if you want, but the more you dodge in a row, the more time you accumulate to sit. So it's I think it's like it's like 3 to like 10 to like 15 to like 30, or I don't know. I've never dodged that far. But what you can do, a lot of people don't know this. I've said this in another video too. A lot of people don't know this though. You can actually only wait 5 minutes per each dodge if you do it right. So Riot doesn't really tell you this because they don't want to tell you this, right? But you could pretty much dodge a game, play a game, dodge a game, and sit for 5 minutes again. Play a game, dodge and sit for 5 minutes again. The only difference is you're going to lose 10 LP rather than 3 LP. Now you might be thinking, well, why would you want to lose 10 LP? Well, if you play a game, lose a game that you could have dodged, your MMR goes down. MMR is, I don't remember what it stands for. It's like matchmaking ranking, I think, maybe, possibly. I had it a long time ago and I just forgot what it was. But pretty much that's invisible, right? That's not really telling you what rank you are. Blatantly what's telling you your rank is what you get to promos and whatnot out of. It's basically hidden. If you think of like Overwatch, if you've ever played that, or Gears of War, Call of Duty, I think Call of Duty does it. Rocket League, I think, does it. Most games do it, honestly, where you get a number, right? And whatever number you like pass is going to be the rank you are. There's really no promotionals, nothing like that. It's just you do your placements, then you get the number, and then it just goes. For League, it's not that way. That number's invisible. And what happens pretty much, I was coaching a Rioter and he explained it to me, not in detail, obviously, because that is information only for Riot, but he pretty much gave me a basic way of how it works. He says pretty much, if you're at 1200 MMR, right? Just assume you're at 1200 right now. You're at 0 LP. If you promote one game, if you promote to like gold 3 from gold 4, you have 5 games to lose. You can lose 5 in a row and not demote. You can win 3, lose 2, and then you'll demote. That type of stuff. It has to be at least 5 games played before you can demote. Now, if you're gold 4, silver 4, diamond 4, whatever 4, you can't demote from that unless your MMR reaches a tier lower. So unless you're actually like a platinum MMR. So pretty much how it works is, say you're at 1200, right? And you're at gold 4, and you lose. Your rate don't go anywhere. You're still at gold 4 0 LP, but your MMR slowly goes down. So it goes down to like 1180. You lose again, 1170. Lose again, 1160. And you're like, I don't really care, ha ha ha. And then when you do win, your LP gain is like 15, 16, 17. Well, that's because your MMR dropped when you were at 0 LP. When your MMR drops and your LP drops, it's a little bit easier to kind of get that back. But if you lose 5 and then you win, and then you lose like 3 and then you win, and then you lose like 2 and then you win, it's a lot more of a struggle to get that MMR back up. Can you do it? Of course. And this is where dodging comes in handy. Whether you gain a lot of LP or not, it's really important to dodge. The way that I used to think about it was, you know, well, if I'm going to show something, by the way, I'm not going to keep it here. I just got to demonstrate something in a second. But the way that people kind of associated dodging with is like, well, if you're going to lose a lot anyway, you know, what's the point? What's the point of actually trying to dodge? I don't get it. You know, what's the point if you're going to lose? Like, why would I lose 10 if I'm going to only gain 15? You're fixing your MMR, all right? You're going to gain way more in the long run if you dodge than you will if you don't. And I know you might be thinking, well, I could probably carry it. If you could, you wouldn't be where you are right now. I have that mentality myself. Well, I could carry this. It doesn't matter. And then I lose. Sucks. My fault, right? So that's pretty much what you can do. Okay, you can dodge, play, and you'll always only lose, or you'll always only have to wait 5 minutes. Don't dodge in a row unless you really have to, because you have to wait longer. It resets every 16 hours, I believe, not every 24. Not a lot of people know that. It's every 16 hours. It'll reset, and you will only lose 3 LP. Now, like I said, every subsequent like dodge for the day, you only lose 10. You don't lose any more, and it's really helpful. You're not gonna have to dodge every single game. A lot of people think, well, I have to dodge all the time. Well, I'm going to teach you how to know what games to dodge. So here's going to be a couple of ways to kind of show it. So I'm not a sponsor, by the way. Okay. You could either use op.gg or you can use the Blitz app. So here is what's going to happen. I'm going to queue. Right. So I'm not going to queue up for ranked, actually. We're going to queue up for draft. Hey, why? Because, you know, I want to queue up for draft. All right. So queue it up for draft, right? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to wait. There's 2 ways to do this, okay? So with the Blitz app will pop up and it will show you specifically, it should show you specifically like your live game. And then as far as the op.gg is concerned, you can use that if you don't like to have the Blitz app. I know some people can't download programs unless they ask a significant other, or unless they ask the person that's owning the computer or the parents or stuff like that. And so op.gg actually allows you to check up on everything without that. Blitz is a little less accurate, and I'm going to explain why compared to op.gg, but either way, it both works. So we're going to get in the game here, and I'm going to show you kind of how it works. Hopefully, you guys will be able to learn something from this. So now that we got everything explained, everything out the way, I should have been doing this while I was explaining. How are you guys doing? You guys doing all right? Cool. I'm glad. As long as you got something to eat today, because sometimes you didn't know you got to eat. Thank you guys for supporting me. I appreciate that. All my Patreons, you know, thank you very much for that. If you're not a Patreon, you wouldn't be watching this video. So, or I hope you wouldn't be watching this video if you're not a Patreon. What Patreon's leaking my videos? So, yeah. Thank you guys for supporting me. I appreciate it. There is going to be a community coaching today. So, go ahead and get on that if you would like to do that. Also, as a reminder, your coaching sessions do not roll over each month. So just remember that. They don't roll over each month. So make sure you schedule those. All right, so let's get into a game here. So as you see, what the Blitz app does here is it pretty much gives you a representation of what rank everybody is, right? As you see, this guy, it tells you what rank they are, it tells you what they play, and it tells you if they even play their champion. Sometimes, like I said, it's inaccurate sometimes, but for the most part, it's pretty useful. So you have an ADC top, so it's cool. He's an ADC and he's a top main, right? You got a jungler playing jungle, right? That's good too. I'm gonna dodge this, don't worry. You have a jungle that's like playing jungle. If you dodge a normals game, it does not affect your rank. You will still have to wait the penalty if you just dodge the rank right after you dodge the normal. But if not, you don't have to lose any more LP. But all right, so look, right? We look at this and we see percent win rates. Now these win rates are not accurate, honestly. I've seen including mine. It's not a 51% win rate. These are not accurate all the time, so take that with a grain of salt. Especially if I have more than one account. So I have a lot of accounts linked to this, and so Blitz kind of confuses my accounts and like mashes things together. But I don't know if it does that for everybody else, but it does it for me. So just remember that everything is not entirely accurate all the time. So I'm a jungler, ADC top, cool. Top ADC player, he got top. Mid main, he got mid. Lost streak, and he's a top main. So at this point in time, right? We'll just lock and echo. At this point in time, this is telling you that, hey, this guy is on a loss streak. 3 losses in a row. That's a lot of loses, right? But you got 4 people on their main roles. Would you dodge this game personally? No. He's on support. I think that's carryable, right? They have people on their main role. Now, what if you don't have this app? Like I said, well, what you could do, you can just copy and paste this into here, and then boom, it shows everybody's stuff. So our mid laner should be the Put Me in Fear. So you look at it. Yep, it's him. Our jungler, they've been playing a lot of jungle lately, it looks like. But they're not jungle right now, right? They are the top laner. And then you have the top laner, PQ. They're the support. So now it shows you that 2 people don't main their roles. And you see why I say Blitz is kind of not accurate. Things are like all over the place sometimes. But then it also shows you like what champions are playing right now. If you really want to click them, you can. And you can get a little bit more detailed information through this. And so I wouldn't dodge this game anyway, even though I know that there's 2 tops. Why? Because personally, I think if the carries are on their carry role and they're champions, I'm fine with it. Would I dodge if it says, let's see, our mid laner doesn't play LeBlanc. So would I dodge this? Probably. Yeah, I would probably dodge this unless I feel like I can carry it. Does our ADC play their ADC? It is Trampled Weeds. Let's see, they don't, right? No ADC even played. So I would dodge this if this was a ranked game. They don't play ADC, our mid laner doesn't play the champion. Why would I play this game? And our support's filled, right? That means this whole entire game would be on me. I would dodge this. So you would just leave like that, and that'd be your dodge. Now, that was a normals. I would play through that if that was a normals because it doesn't really matter. I don't really care too much on a loss streak or win streak unless someone's lost like 5 in a row. Then it's like, bro, clearly something's wrong with you. Like if they lose, like, let's see, how many losses does this guy have? Okay, so look, good God, this guy's been like losing. So 13 hours ago, right? Then you have 11 minutes ago. That's only 1 game in 13 hours, right? So that's telling you this guy had a mental reset. If this guy would have lost 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, and it was back to back amount of the hours, I would have insta-dodged, right? That means they didn't mentally reset, which is probably going to bring their problems into the next game. Really pay attention to that too. So pay attention to the loss streaks, pay attention to what carries are actually playing. If any carries, to make sure that they're on their main role, their main champions, or at least one of their main champions, or at least one of the champions that they're actually like decent with, it would definitely be mid and ADC. You can get away with a bad jungler in the lower elos, but if you're like Diamond, Master, Grandmaster, I definitely would choose to dodge if the jungler is not a good jungler as well. So those are the 3 carries that I would choose to dodge if they do not play their champion and they don't play the role. If they play the role and not the champion, you know, your discretion, whatever you want, because they play the role. You can still get by playing the role. But if they don't play the role and the champion, oh boy, I'm dodging, because it's just the amount of stress you have to do to carry your game is immense. That's pretty much how I choose to dodge. Are your loss streaks consistent, and did you have a mental reset? No, I'm dodging. Do you main your champion and your role? Nope, I'm dodging. Do you main your role but main the champion? That's your discretion. I mean, do you main the role but don't main the champion? That's your discretion. Do you main the champion but not the role? That's your discretion. But what I would actually dodge is if they're on different roles, or if the carry specifically is on different roles, or different champions. I don't care if there's 3 junglers. As long as one of those 3 junglers are not on the AD carry and on the mid laner, I don't care. Players should know how to do backup roles, which is why I don't care too much about it, but I would really prefer to have an AD carry main and a mid main. Those are the 2 that it's like I want mains of. every single time. Every single time if I can. Even if they don't main the champion, as long as they main that role, they know how to play it properly, especially in higher elos. If you don't know how to play a role and the other person has been playing it all their life, they're gonna wreck that lane. So really, really think about that. And that's pretty much how I choose to dodge a game or not. I hope that's helped you. I hope that made sense. If it didn't make sense or it didn't help you, please let me know. I will clarify more for you. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day, good rest of your night whenever you're watching this, and thank you for approaching this like a coach.